Hey, second and third grade. If you are here, it's either because you missed the live lessons or you are doing your learning at home, which is awesome. We are going to be doing a fall lesson, or kind of like a Halloween lesson. So this will be kind of fun and a little bit different than what we're used to doing. So this is what our project is going to look like at the end of today. As always, I'm going to draw in a marker. So I need you to draw in a pencil. That way, if you make mistakes, then you can erase them. So this is what our project will look like at the end of the day, and I'm going to show you how to draw it. So the first thing that we're going to need is the tree branch line for our owl. So I'm going to make a line all the way across the page that's wavy, and another one underneath, because the branch needs a bit of thickness. And then I'm going to add some spiral lines to give the tree a little bit of like a spooky feel. You can even add 2 spirals on one if you want. Okay, so now my tree branch is ready. All right, and now I'm gonna move on to my owl. My owl is pretty similar to the one we drew a couple weeks ago together, but you're gonna start with the letter U shape, and you're gonna leave a little bit of room for the owl's feet. So I've got a letter U. Now I'm gonna connect the top with a curved line for his ears. Now he has ears. And then the way that I did the next part was I just added some feet, like he's on the branch. I added, of course he needs some eyes, so add 2 circles for the eyes and his little pupils. Of course he needs a beak. And then for the next part, I just gave him like a curved line right here. And then his wings, I did this shape, kind of like a upside down raindrop. Now, if you want, you can erase this line and this line that goes through the wing, but because I was using marker and I couldn't erase, I had to work it into the drawing, so I just added some lines that matched on his wings as a decoration. Okay, so now he's got lines. And then on his stomach, I added some curved lines, kind of like we did with the owl project, okay? And then I added a little witch's hat to him for Halloween. So to add a witch's hat, it's just like a C shape on top of his head. And then it kind of curves to the side, curves to the side. And then we've got a curved line right there. All right, so now we have our owl and our witch's hat. I added, you don't have to, but I added a broom. So he's like holding a broom. And to add a broom, you add a stick and then the letter C. And then close it off so it's a half circle. And then make another line right on top. And that's the band for the broom. So your broom can be like right here. If you want to color it all the way in, you can. There we go. Okay, so I've got my broom. And we've got 2 more things to add. We need to add the bat, and we need to add the spider web with the spider. So for the bat, I did an oval in the sky and a circle on top. And then he needs like teeny tiny ears. And then you're gonna draw a diagonal line and another diagonal line. And then on the other side, the same thing, diagonal line, another diagonal line. And then I just did a zigzag line to the middle. Zigzag, zigzag, all the way to the middle. And then I filled it in. Since I'm using a black marker, I just filled it in, but if you have a black crayon, you can fill it in. All right, now the last thing that we need is the spider web and the spider. And I put mine in the corner. You can put yours like somewhere else if you want. You can have the whole circle of the spider web if you want. You can put it on the other end. It doesn't matter as long as you have a spider web. So the way I did that was I did a curved line in the corner, and then I repeated my curved line and repeated my curved line and one more. Okay, now I did diagonal lines like this up to the corner, and now I have a spider web. So I'm gonna add a little line right here, kind of dangling down. And for my spider, I did a circle and another circle. And spiders have 8 legs. So you're gonna do 4 legs on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you want, you can make like little pinchers for the spider if you want. And then I filled it in because I already had my black marker. Okay. So that's how you do the drawing. Now what you're gonna do is you are going to separate your warm and cool colors. Your warm colors are gonna be on the outside. It's gonna look kind of like a sunset. And then your cool colors are gonna be on the inside of the owl. So that's green, blue, and purple. And I did his hat 2 different colors so that I could get all my cool colors in there. So I'm gonna show you the way that I did this part, because it was a little bit hard, and then you can go ahead and color in the rest on your own. So what I did was I started off with my yellow, because my yellow is in the middle. So I took my yellow crayon, and you might want to have your broom all the way filled in before you do this. There you go. So what I did was I took my crayon and I drew the circle that I wanted in the middle, just like that. So that's how big I want my yellow circle. And what I did was I slowly went in a circle from the inside to the outside. And if you do it too fast or hold your crayon too hard, it'll break, so you have to be careful. Okay, so I just did that. Now, for my next ones, I didn't do it that way because the circle was so big. So what I did next was, after my yellow, I took my orange. And for that, I just drew the size of the circle orange that I wanted. Being careful not to go through any of my drawing. Let's make sure it's even. There we go. And then for that, I colored in a circle. I always tell you guys color side to side, but for this one, I colored side to side in like a curved direction so that you could tell I was trying to color a circle. So I just kind of curved my crayon like this and just did a little at a time, like that. And I don't want to leave a whole lot of paper because it'll look a little weird, but I'm just coloring in a circular direction, and I'm turning my paper as I color so that my wrist isn't doing a whole bunch of funny motions and it hurts at the end of class. So I'm just really slowly going in a circle. Filling in the circle that I made. Okay, and then I forgot this part down here. And you wanna, even when you have like a little sliver of a section, you wanna make sure that you're still going in the circular direction instead of like side to side, or instead of like scribble scrabbly, so that you can tell the moon or the sun moves in that direction, okay? And so you're gonna repeat that all the way out. I did yellow, orange, and then in my crayon box, I had a red orange, so that's what this color is. And then on the very, very outside, I used red, like a true red. And then, of course, your cool colors are gonna be inside the owl, so blue, green, and purple. So you need to get those colors out and color that in. If you want to add more detail or more designs to your owl, you can. I just made mine really simple. If you want to add like a design to the hat, you can. As long as you make sure that you have all these pieces, you need to have an owl, a bat, and a spider web. And then you need to make sure that your warm colors are on the sunset and then your cool colors are inside your owl. Of course, orange is going to be on his beak, but we're not counting that as a cool color because that's the color of his beak. All right, so if you have any questions, you can send me an email or a message and I will get back to you. Other than that, have fun and I'll see you soon.